From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
Ten days. Your $1,400 third stimulus check will land in your bank account within 10 days. The president promised right after he passed the bill. That's not happening. The White House's team confirms. A new wave of stimulus checks is going out, and it'll be fourth wave. And guess what? If you're a veteran of the United States country and served this country as a veteran, you're not getting a stimulus check on April 7th at all. Yours is coming in the middle of the month. What went wrong with this president, and why does he not admit that the fourth wave of stimulus checks and fifth was not what he had so promised? Tomorrow, the president debuts his fourth stimulus package. And with 24 hours to go, he's not admitting that there's going to be massive taxes in the bill, raising capital gains, inheritance, corporate tax, and also other tax. Why is the president not admitting that as well? Elsewhere, as we go into a big afternoon, 13 plus states are not honoring the third stimulus package $10,200 tax-free element of unemployment benefits. What's going wrong? Meantime, there's a new video out from the president. And the new video you'll see in this recording. There's a new video out from Treasury. And the new video replaces the one that talked about how quickly you're going to get your stimulus check. Elsewhere, the confusion is simplified in this video as Treasury, Social Security, and veterans talk about when you're getting your stimulus check and when you're not. And why during today's press briefing did once again the president's team not admit what is and isn't in the fourth stimulus package? Why is there an attempt to say everything is so positive when some things need fixing? I'll have all the fixing for you, except the turkey. It's not Thanksgiving yet. At least you'll get your stimulus checks before Thanksgiving. This is Afternoons LALATE. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons LALATE. Wall Street is gripping for the big news tomorrow, as Wall Street is not excited to hear all the massive taxes that will be coming in the announced fourth stimulus package from your president tomorrow. I'll have all the details live when it happens tomorrow. But how are you? I have the details as well today. And hope you're doing well. It's birthday week on this channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is a big recording. There's a lot of breaking news just in the last hour and a half. I'm going to go slow at some parts of this video because some parts of the video may be complicated for some viewers. Please listen to all the dates slowly with me because it's not particularly clear and it's not particularly exact in some places. Also, like this video. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. One of the things we saw today from this president is he likes to paint everything positive and working and wonderful when things are not working so wonderful. And among the things not working so wonderful is the delivery of the $1,400 third stimulus check. His promise to the American people, 10 days. It's not happening in 10 days. It's not happening in 20 days. And in fact, if you're a veteran, it's not happening until 4 months after the bill is passed. I have all the details happening right now. First, what's going on is the following. There was a first wave of a $1,400 third stimulus check that was sent out for St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. There was a second wave of stimulus check that was sent out for March 24th. That was a direct deposit of March 24th. That second wave also includes the March 26 mail check dates. I have hundreds of thousands of viewers on this channel who have a March 26 mail check date. When are you getting it? You're going to get it late. Viewers have now seen it show up in the mail yesterday, March 29th, today, March 30th. So it's 4 to 5 days late. But also watch the IRS tool to make sure it doesn't update itself with a new date. It has not yet for viewers of this channel. So wave two checks are late. Let's go to Wave 3. Wave 3 official date is tomorrow, 3/31. What you need to know is that if you are at NetSpend or MetaBank, you would have gotten the third wave check by now. Why? Because viewers, a handful, have already got it from that bank now. If you are our Chime, Cash App, H&R Block, Green Emerald card, and also TurboTax, you would have likely gotten it now as well because they prepay it early. The big banks are releasing the funds for the third wave tomorrow. That's March 31st. That includes your big banks like Bank America, Chase, Citicorp. Viewers of this channel have pending deposits for tomorrow, Wave 3, 3/31, for big banks, Direct Express card, and also credit unions. They've gotten the alert. They also see the alert on irs.gov. Later this week is mailed check Wave 3, and those dates are April 2nd to April 5th. Viewers have those dates appearing in the IRS tool. Those dates you want to add 4 to 5 potential days because those checks may be late as well. If you do not receive a direct deposit to your account tomorrow, March 31st, then you will likely either be in the mail for Wave 3 or in the direct deposit or mail for Wave 4. What I need you to know before I continue is that every single day until you get a stimulus check, you need to watch the mailbox, watch the direct deposit at least one time per day, and also check the IRS tool one time per day. And you're going to see in a second why that is so important. Stay with me to the end of this recording because I have a lot of details which I'm going to go over for all of these waves for you. Wave 4 was announced today. Let me make clear to you a couple things about Wave 4. 1, it is not exactly April 7th. Number 2, it is not exactly Direct Express card. Number 3, it's not exactly everyone on federal benefits. Wave 4 was issued in a series of statements from Treasury and Social Security, and the adjectives and adverbs of that sentence and the qualifiers have been removed by subsequent people so that they think it sounds like only one thing at exactly one day. The original quote didn't say that. The original quote issued earlier today, in the middle of today, broadcasted live on this channel, said that IRS is trying to get the remainder of you paid on or around April 7th. And the following reports then said that that would include Direct Express card, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and direct deposit consumers. So what your takeaway should be for Wave 4 so far is 1, it's approximately April 7th. Number 2, it could include direct deposit, it could include Comerica Direct Express card, and it could include mail checks. But it may come earlier, and it may come later, and it may not come at all. Now, here is the other twist. There's a Wave 5. Yes, Wave 5 is so far exclusively for veterans. Veterans direct $1,400 third stimulus checks will reportedly come last at the moment in mid-April. And we don't particularly know why the situation is unfolding. If you look back to the history of first stimulus, which I was not around at the time, and I certainly looked at it in the last half hour, there was a problem with first stimulus check as well, where veterans checks did not come until almost May. So for some reason, we are back repeating history again with veterans checks, sadly, coming in mid-April. I'll have more about what's going on with those mail checks. How will you know when and where your check is going to land? What will happen to that IRS tool on Saturday for millions of viewers of this channel, and more details about this as well. What's important to understand is that the day was filled with the president talking about superlatives of wonderful things, but never talking about when things sometimes don't work. And in this case, things didn't work today. And the president was pounding how hard everything was. Among the other things the president did today was have his press secretary address the American people. And when asked, is the fourth stimulus package going to be debuted tomorrow? She said yes. And is the bill being debuted? It is. And will the bill have tax hikes in it? She wouldn't answer the question. There was a reoccurring occurrence from the president's team to not talk about anything negative, but only talk about things positive, because some people think that raising taxes is a negative. Guess what? At the same time, Senate Democrats were introducing a proposal to the Senate to raise a series of taxes if the president doesn't do it in the fourth stimulus package. What is the president going to do with taxes in the fourth stimulus package? A series of major news reports say it will raise inheritance tax, corporate tax, capital gains tax, and also the wealth tax. The Senate Democrats' bill that was introduced today was to raise capital gains tax when it's inherited from a deceased family member. So very, very fascinating. The bill will be introduced tomorrow. Now, another really, really fascinating but great news development for you today was that nearly those same Democrats, which seem to almost be caucusing together, those same 20-something Democrats also wrote the president a letter saying, when you debut that fourth stimulus package tomorrow, it better have in there reoccurring stimulus checks. If it does not, we're going to put it in there when the bill lands the Senate. Now, this is huge. This is not the same letter from before. This is a new letter. And in this new letter, they're basically saying that they're going to modify whatever they get when it lands the Senate. Let me explain to you something right now, procedurally. They can do this. Why? Because Chuck Schumer, in not today's reports only, but also yesterday's reports, is confirmed to want to do a reconciliation again and can do it. And with a reconciliation, that will cause the vote-a-rama in the Senate, as you saw before. The vote-a-rama is the point at which Senate Democrats put forward their amendments to the bill. Much like, remember, how FPUC got reduced from $400 to $300 a week, how a $10,200 unemployment benefit was put in there. That's what they're going to do, these Democrats, in this new letter. They say, we're going to demand reoccurring stimulus checks, and we will put it in there if you don't put it in there. So how much? The reports now are signaling that they're looking at $1,400 every month to the end of this year, not $2,000. Meantime, there's a series of surprising new reports that talks about that $10,200 of unemployment benefits that's tax-free on 2020. No less than 13 states have reportedly stepped forward in saying they're not going to honor the federal law and they're going to require you to pay taxes on that $10,200. This is going to be a big fight, so I think it's far from over. More about that in a second, and more about what's happening with tomorrow and for stimulus check arrivals, and also for stimulus bill. But let's listen to a new video from the president announcing what his plans are for vaccines and more, released minutes ago.
I'm directing my COVID team to ensure there is a vaccine site within 5 miles of 90% of all Americans by April the 19th, 3 weeks from today. I'm directing my COVID team to ensure there is a vaccine.
Earlier today, the White House also released this video. If it looks familiar, it should. It's the video from Janet Yellen, the same sitting that you saw previously on the channel, when ensured that your stimulus checks were coming promptly. That video has been removed. Today was replaced with this video.
I want to talk to you about the American Rescue Plan and how it will help families and kids. Pre-COVID, about 1 in 7 children were living below the poverty line. But the pandemic spiked that number to more than 1 in 5. The American Rescue Plan will address these crises and is projected to cut the child poverty rate in half through a big expansion of the child tax credit. If you make less than $75,000 alone or $150,000 as a couple, you'll receive a tax credit of $3,600 for each child under the age of 6 and $3,000 for each child aged 6 to 17. The law helps the families of 66 million children. It's a big bill with a lot in it, enough relief to see us through to the other side of the pandemic.
This is not the first, but third bill that repeats the exact same data to the American people. Video that repeats the same data. You've seen prior versions of other videos from the White House that repeats the same thing. Meantime, minutes ago, the president released a new video in which he signs an extension of PPP. Let's listen into that video as well.
I want to thank Administrator Guzman, who's run this show for us, and we're really starting to move here. And the Vice President, thank you. Of course. Your focus on small business. We're pushing lenders to raise their game and provide more help to the many small businesses, you know, particularly Hispanic as well as African American small businesses are just out of business because they got bypassed the first time around. Today I'm proud to sign the extension, which I'm going to do in a second, of the Paycheck Protection Program. It is a bipartisan accomplishment. Nearly 90,000 businesses are still in line, and there's money left. Without somebody signing this bill today, there are hundreds of thousands of people who could lose their jobs and small and family businesses that might close forever.
Great news for that. Also great news for EIDL loan applicants earlier last weekend, which I detailed to you, was that the EIDL loan increase is now a reality. You can go to sba.gov to learn that as more. The shuttered venue grant's about to go live as well. The pre-application status is available now at sba.gov. The EIDL grant of $5,000 still remains a mystery. I'll be watching that for you as well over the next few days. Meantime, what happened today with that confusing news? Many of the payments will be sent electronically and will be in the bank accounts by April 7th. Now understand, it's important to understand that if you are waiting on your third stimulus check of $1,400 and you do not receive it by direct deposit tomorrow, March 31st, and if you do not receive it in the mail this week as well, then it's in wave 4. But wave 4 would not be exactly April 7th. It will be approximately April 7th. It can be earlier and it can be later. The official word from Treasury today was if no additional issues arise, the IRS currently expects to complete that work and begin processing these payment files at the end of this week. What does that mean? One, it's sort of a catch-all in which they're trying to ensure that you understand they may not get to it. Number two, it shows the same time schedule in which they send out payments on Friday and then they land the following week. They did that for wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3, and they're doing it again for wave 4. So what day would it land next week? I have all those details and more, and I'll be going over more about what to expect tomorrow. Not just for your stimulus check, but also for fourth reoccurring stimulus checks, as I join you in 60 seconds from now after this commercial break. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues in just 15 minutes from now as I go into the live chat and interact with you on Afternoons LA as it continues. And then we go into Evenings LA at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Meantime, while that commercial break was airing, I saw a series of great questions, and I want to answer some of them right now. One person, Victor Sweet, wrote, did anyone get their payment that has a payment date of 3/26? I have hundreds and thousands of viewers who have a March 26 mail date result from irs.gov. I've had a couple hundred receive it yesterday and a couple hundred today. So it is late. If you are a 326 mail recipient of the IRS, 326 IRS tool result viewer, it is late. Watch the mail, it's coming. Then I also love this comment from Diamonds Are Forever Flawless, who says, the IRS portal for me says status unavailable. I check my bank account. I'm on SSI. Mine is pending in the bank for tomorrow, 3/31. I'm in New Jersey. This is huge. This is huge. And I want you to understand why this is so important. As you sit here today, it's really hard to know if the irs.gov tool has no result for you, if you are in wave 3 this week or wave 4 next week. Understand, you may be getting a check this week in either the mail or the direct deposit, even if you're not in the IRS tool results. Let me explain, and this is the first time I think I've explained this very clearly since the breaking news earlier today. So this is very important. Make sure you tune in and watch right now. If you have not gotten a stimulus check at the time of this recording, you may be getting a direct deposit tomorrow, 3/31, or in the mail all this week into early next week before wave 4 hits, because a lot of people are getting deposits and checks in the mail but aren't in the tool. Sometimes the tool doesn't track it. What's important to understand is that I think some people will go to the tool and see there are no results and presume they are now in wave 4 for next week, for April 7th. No, you could be this week for wave 3. This is important for the obvious reason. Don't miss the mail. I don't worry about you not missing a direct deposit. It's going to stay in the bank. It's not like someone's going to go to your bank and take it out. It's there. But I'm worried about you not watching the mail. I have hundreds of thousands of viewers who have a March 26th date. You may also be a March 26th date, and that check may show up today. You may also be an April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th date, which is wave 3. That's this week. And that check could come out today, it could come out tomorrow, it could come out April 2nd to 5th, or could come out late as well. So you need to promise yourself this. Every day you look at the direct deposit account. Every day you look at the mailbox. And every day you look at the IRS tool once. Make sure you don't miss anything, because things are landing in places that often don't make sense. Now, before I continue, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because boy, you don't see this level of detail anywhere else. And I don't want you to miss a single minute of anything that's happening. Today has been one of those days where there's a lot of breaking news happening. It's birthday week, so give a birthday subscription to this channel. Also like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Let me cut now to next week for forced stimulus. When would you know if you're getting a forced stimulus check? This is what you need to know. 1, do not presume it is only one place or one day. That's not what the statement said. The statements say they're hoping to maybe here. That's what they're trying to do. Doesn't mean it's only in one place. So what I want you to understand is the hope is that they get it. They're saying they're hoping to get it by direct deposit on or around April 7th, including the Comerica Direct Express card, including direct deposit consumers who have big banks on or around April 7th, and if not, then by mail. Now, what's important to understand is that some people may only look at that account on April 7th and not presume anything else. Treasury said minutes ago, if there was no additional issues that arise, Again, if there are no additional issues that arise, the IRS currently expects the work to begin process these payments and get them files at the end of the week. Good. So when would you potentially see a result in the tool? Many of these people in the group, this is from CNBC, this part, many of the people in this group will receive their payments electronically through direct deposit or to their Direct Express card. The IRS Get My Payment tool will be updated once these payments are processed. That won't be until the weekend for those federal beneficiaries who receive the payment next week. Many of those payments will be sent electronically and will be in the bank by April 7th. Many, not all. So what should you know going into tomorrow, this week, and this weekend? First, this weekend. If you don't have a stimulus check in the mail or the deposit account by Friday evening, Saturday is the day at which that IRS tool is going to update itself, because they're doing the big push for the fourth wave Friday so that you get that fourth wave the week after. The IRS tool is going to update itself on Saturday. They confirmed again. So if you're a viewer who's watching in, you may see that IRS tool update itself on Saturday if you haven't gotten a stimulus check by that Friday. Second, if you have not gotten a stimulus check so far at the time of this recording, you really need to promise yourself you watch that tool, watch that deposit account, and also watch that mail every day, because you do not want to presume you are in wave 4 and getting it on April 7th by direct deposit. It may be in the mail already, and you don't want to ignore the mail. Finally, veterans. Veterans will not be getting stimulus checks on wave 4. They're coming in the middle of April. So this is a real shocker across the board. Meantime, what else happened today? Boy, there was a lot of other breaking development details across the board today. First, the president's press secretary said that he would not do $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness when asked the question again, but that he would do $10,000. When asked why he hasn't done it by executive order, there was no answer for that question. Also, the president's team was asked when and where will he talk about the taxes at issue in the fourth stimulus package. The White House's team refused to really answer this question again. During today's briefing, the White House's team said, well, the bill's tomorrow. Why won't you tell us where the taxes are in the bill? And once again, the answer was, we don't have the bill. We won't answer the questions. A series of reports say the president will do the following tax increases. 1, an increase on capital gains tax. 2, an increase on inheritance tax. 3, an increase in the corporate gains tax, corporate tax. And finally, an increase in a wealth tax. Those will all be part of the fourth stimulus package bill. Will the bill go by recon or will it not? A series of reports say the bill absolutely positively will go through reconciliation, because the Democrats have one leftover from last year. Boy, it's been a big day with a lot of details across the board. I could do 30 minutes just on reconciliation, but what I want you to know is the following. Stay positive, stay focused, stay mindful, and stay with me. This has been a day in which you see how Treasury said something last week, says the exact opposite today. How the president has a bill coming out tomorrow, is not telling you what's in the bill, but everyone knows there's tax increases in the bill. In fact, they're Democrats in the Senate who say, I'm going to make sure you put tax increases in the bill. We already know what's coming for us. The only question is when and where. I want you to stay positive, I want you to stay focused, and I want you to stay informed. Ultimately, a lot of this may be confusing to some viewers. Don't worry. What you need to know is that stimulus checks for SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, for Direct Express consumers, for commercial users, for big bank and small bank, can still land in 2 different locations, direct deposits and also the mail. The way you track it, irs.gov tool, your bank as well. 9 out of 10 times, the tracking results don't work and the money just shows up. So don't miss the money. I don't want you to miss any minute of money landing in any place. And with that, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. I'm back with you in just 3 minutes after this as I go into the live chat and interact with you on the final show before evening's LA. As always, stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, and stay with LA for more.